So the trailer for Love Island Season 7 reunion dropped and my timeline went into overdrive. Everyone's talking, the captions alone promise chaos, but the visuals? Pure gold. Let's break it down. First of all, trigger warning, Olandria's crying. Yes, crying, and I already know how her fans don't play. Y'all better brace yourselves because this is about to get real. Right here, I took a screenshot. You can see Olandria. She looks heartbroken, tears streaking her cheeks. Right beside her is Nic, gripping her hand protectively. Now look at Chelley, lips tight, eyes sharp, like a storm about to break. You know it's going down. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but let's be honest, I've been watching Love Island long enough to know they're about to go in on Huda. I don't want to play the clip because of copyright, but at this moment, Olandria is telling Huda, you didn't have my back. Notice how the room's silent for a beat. Here's the thing, Olandria and Huda's fan bases have been at war since mid-season, and it's not your everyday Twitter fingers type of drama, it's ugly. The kind of ugly that makes you want to log off for a week, and let's talk about the disgusting behavior Huda's fans have displayed. Because context matters here, they didn't just send mean tweets, they took it to a depraved level, photoshopping a cruel image referencing George Floyd with Olandria's face on it. And when Olandria unfortunately saw it, silence from Huda, no reprimand, no public denouncement of the behavior, nothing. So maybe, just maybe, that's what had Olandria crying, the weight of being targeted like that. But Olandria wasn't the only one unloading receipts. Chelley came with her own smoke, and let me tell you, she was not holding back. Chelley went off about how close Huda and her were in the villa, how Huda promised she would meet her daughter and everything as soon as they got back out into the real world, and then crickets. It's giving Huda ghosted her as soon as they were out of that villa, straight ghosted, no explanation, just crickets. And Chelley was not having it. She said it felt like Huda was two different people inside the villa versus outside, as if she turned on a switch and flipped into a completely different person. Now, here's where things got interesting. For once, Huda didn't go into full defection mode. Instead, she uttered an apology. And I know people complain that Huda always outruns accountability when it chases her, but she apologized in the trailer. And that's the first step. It's a tiny step, but it's better than instantly denying and making excuses or deflecting. So that's a tiny bit of progress. Naturally, the comments section is already a battlefield. I've looked at some comments under the trailer and they're already doubling down on Olandria and Chelley being bullies. Deep sigh. Y'all, be serious. Show me one thing they've said that compares to the things Huda's and Sierra's fans have said. I'll wait. And while we're on the subject, the way these fans obsess over Chelley's hair? Unhinged. Someone actually said Sierra has the hair Chelley has to pay for. First of all, Chelley's natural hair is tea, down to her waist, healthy, undamaged. Some of y'all need to Google before you yap. A black woman wearing a wig or weave doesn't mean she's bald, it's protective styling. And I know from experience because my hair was down to my waist before I cut it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Moving on. The trailer teased a brewing storm between Jeremiah and Ace. No shouting was shown, just sharp voices and cutting glances accompanied by awkward silence as the rest of the cast members lean into the tension. But there's been talks in the wind here and there that Jeremiah and Ace had a verbal altercation. That's tea for me. And then there was Nic playing Switzerland. I'm sticking with Ace was the only thing we heard from him. Yes, girl, give us nothing. The drama meter spiked again when Brandon appeared on screen, shaking his head. I had a lapse in judgment, Brandon admitted, tone low. Translation? Another couple might be crumbling before our very eyes. By the end of the trailer, one thing was clear, the reunion is going to be a powder keg and the fans are ready to watch it explode. I will be seated and I will be watching. Between Olandria's raw emotion, Chelley's righteous fury, and the unspoken tension simmering under every other conversation. This reunion has all the makings of a Love Island classic, the kind that keeps us talking until next season. Mark your calendars. This one's gonna be messy.